Um, so yeah, like about all living things having a heartbeat, the trees, the rocks, and then there's like other life forms that we choose not to see,
Hmm.
about the fairies. I think it's very interesting when you watch kids with rocks and flowers and plants. Like Rihanna will bring me this. We have a path with rocks with little pebble stones in it.
Yeah.
She'll pick pebbles up out of that and bring them to me and give them to me as a gift. And I'm like, to look at it, you're just like, well, what is this? Is like nothing, but to her, it's really something. And because she
Yeah.
can feel its vibration, she can feel its energy.
Yeah.
And that goes back to what sister was saying about how every rock has a soul.
Hmm.
Like that's just fascinating, isn't
Isn't
it?
it
Our
crazy?
human brains don't even think about these things.
Yeah. I mean, when I hold my crystals and they're charged,
Yeah,
I can feel them vibrating.
me too.
And when I'm
Yeah.
picking, if I'm crystal shopping, I'm picking different. I'm attracted to certain ones and not
Mm-hmm.
attracted to other ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then I usually pick up two and I'll hold them and I'll feel their energy
Mm-hmm.
and I'll decide which one to get.
Yeah,
So yeah,
totally. I think crystals have always been different for me too, like being able to feel their energy, but just general rocks on the ground. I remember playing with them as kids and playing in the dirt and feeling the energy of the dirt. But I think as you become an adult, you just forget a lot of that. So I
yeah. I think
love
we get
that.
distracted and we get
Yeah,
out of that whimsical world and we get distracted
yeah,
by, worldly things and
hmm
mortgages and jobs and paying bills and all the stuff. We lose that whimsy.
So I always talk to my kids about it, especially nature and the energy that nature has, and talk a lot about fairies. And this morning on the way to school, Brianna said, "So, Mummy, do you think fairies are real?" I said, "Yeah, I do." And she said, "So is that the sparkly light that I see?" I said, "Yeah, I think so." She's been seeing a sparkly, shimmery light around her, which would be like a fairy to me.
Hmm. It's really cool. Do you have a fairy garden at your house?
Kind of. It hasn't been tended to in a while, so we need to do that again.
They're very intuitive,
Hmm
very gifted. So I feel like if you guys tended that and they moved back in, like your girls would be able to see them.
Yeah, definitely. We spoke about this once,
Yeah.
about the fairies and how they can help us
Hmm.
around the house. Like there's fairies for all different
Yeah.
things and they can help us with the housework.
Hmm.
And so, like, I've invited them in. I just haven't focused on them for a while. So I feel
Yeah.
like I need to do that again.
Hmm.
And especially now it's spring, I feel like they get really active in the
Yeah.
springtime
I think so too.
with all the flowers and the nature and
Yeah.
the sunshine. It's so pretty outside.
Yeah. Especially when I'm mowing,
Mm,
I always say a prayer and I'm like,
mm,
all bugs, all animals, like move out of the way,
mhm,
so I don't hurt anybody. And
mm.
I don't even know, like, okay, if every blade of grass has a soul, like, as I'm coming with the mower, like, are they like, ah, like getting cut down? Like, does that hurt them? Like, I don't know. I don't know all the rules. I try to leave a lot of areas wild, like
Mhm,
up our driveway is a whole wild section. I just planted a bunch
mhm,
of wildflowers there. The
mhm,
forest area, like I try to leave as much of it wild as I can.
mhm.
I always wonder that kind of stuff. And so I often will like see crickets hop out of the way and like I always wonder like,
Aw,
so I include the fairies in that general like
yes.
protection.
The feeling I get with that question about the souls of the grass and things like that is that when man comes into a space to build,
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of the mythical creature life
Mm.
there will kind of go dormant
Mm-hmm. Or like leave.
because
That
they
makes
know,
sense. Yeah.
yeah, dormant or leave because they know that
Mhm.
there's going to be trauma.
Yeah.
And so I feel like the grass around our homes kind of is not as alive. I feel like after the house is established and built there,
Mm-hmm.
and then if grass is planted by man around a house,
Mm.
then it will not be as magical as it is in the forest
That
where
makes
it's
sense. Yeah, yeah.
untouched.
Yeah.
So around your house, I wouldn't be concerned about cutting that grass if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you know how you're very reserved in the wild areas of
Hmm.
your land.
Yeah.
That's very wise of you.
Yeah. And I know, I have an indigenous spirit here who is tied to the
Mm-hmm.
land, and I've talked
Mm-hmm.
to him a lot. And so I know which areas are off limits and which areas are not. And it's actually
Mm-hmm.
weird because he, I forget how he was getting my attention, but I got a message from him. His name is Stillwater. And
Oh.
I got a message from him a couple of weeks ago now
Mm-hmm.
that there was
Was it?
something in our backwoods, which he has told me is off limits. Stillwater came and gave me the message that there was something back there that I needed to go pick up that was like toxic. And I was like, okay. So he kind of gave me the area where it was at. And I
Mm.
went to that area and I'm looking around, and this is like overgrown brush, right? So I'm like crawling on the ground in the forest to like get under like thorny things. Like it's wild.
Oh.
It's wild. And so so anyways, I went to this one area and I found bones there. And I was like, those are either human or they're deer. Like they were long bones. They looked like a femur or a tibia. I forget which one this is, but like they were long. And I could just tell by the indentations like they were leg bones because like, one like fits into the knee socket and one fits into the hip. And there were two of them, and I like picked them up and I was like, that's not plastic, like they're real. And we have coyotes around here, like it's not uncommon. There's lots of animals. But it was just weird. They were over by like this patch where the people before us had been back there. And so like they had gathered a bunch of fallen trees and sticks and like made some kind of a living establishment for, like it looked like a fox could have been living in this pile of sticks and stumps and all this stuff the way it was like built up, and there's just two bones beside it, and I was like, what the hell? And I was walking around to a different section because I didn't see anything there that was toxic. I was like, let me see. And so I saw it from the edge and I went in and got it. And it was some kind of like an oil, like a plastic oil container. It didn't
Mm.
have the lid on it. So water was getting in there and like rain, and it was like seeping out into the ground.
Mm.
So I got that and got it out. But other than that, like I don't go in there, but I don't know what that mission was about because the place he told me to go and look was where the bones were, not where the plastic thing was. So.
So I wonder, what do you feel like the bones were from? A
I don't
deer?
know. I thought they were probably deer would be the only animal I could think would be the size of them
Mm-hmm.
would be deer bones or human.
But if there was only two,
They were two. It
there was
was
only
only
two
two.
bones full, that was it.
Yeah, but they were the same. Like if they were a thigh bone, like they were two thigh bones. They
Yeah.
matched. But they were about that size.
Mm.
It was very so the only animal that's around here that would be that big
Be
would
a
be
deer.
deer. So I don't know.
Mm.
But yeah, very interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting he took you to that place and you would have felt led to pick up the bones if that's what you did.
Hmm.
Did you take the bones? Yeah.
I didn't take them. No, I just picked them up to see if they were plastic, and I was like, these are not plastic. So I took some pictures and I just left them there. I've seen a couple snakes.
Have you?
Yeah. Josh saw one up on the driveway when he was taking the trash up. And then I saw one, and I don't know a lot about them. When I think about them now, it was a pile of sticks and brush and
Mm-hmm.
vines and stuff, and I just piled it up and then I never moved it. And
Mm-hmm.
apparently snakes love that kind of stuff, just like a brush
Mm-hmm.
pile. And so
Mm-hmm.
I went to add stuff on top of it, and he like he got scared and slithered away, and I was like, like jump back. It was like, oh my God. And so I'm like terrified of that pile. I put stuff on top of it. I will not touch it. I will not get rid of it. I'm like, nope, can't. Like I don't want to be anything near that snake. So I know he's there, but I no.
I feel like living here, though, I've become less afraid of snakes because there's not as many poisonous ones as what there are in Australia. I had friends that lived on farms and snakes would crawl up the sewage pipes. One one of my friends had a snake crawl up into their shower through the drain pipe.
You
Like,
know what's funny? I don't know where this story came from, and maybe
so
people don't
weird.
live like this. Maybe this was me. But I remember as like a teenager, I would always check the toilet because I would be worried that a snake would like come up the hole and bite me in the ass.
Same.
I have
That was a
never
fear.
once seen a snake in a toilet. I don't know anyone who ever has. I
That's
don't know.
happened in Australia. That used to happen. That happens in Australia.
It's a regular thing.
Well, I mean, more regular than it
Okay, I'm
is.
like, this had to come from somewhere, but like, this is not a rational fear that I
It's
in America
happened.
should be having.
It's happened in Australia. I feel like on farms, like my friend that had the snake in her drain pipe, they're on a farm, and yeah, that's I've heard of other people where I grew up that they come up into the toilet.
That, no, no.
So I don't know how they get in there. Like they must get in the sewage system and work their way up. I'll never forget the time my friend told me that her sister went in to take a shower and there's this snake crawling up through the drain.
No,
Like she said, its head was sticking through trying to get
nope,
it
nope. And that's the thing about
out.
showers. Then you can't relax in a shower ever again. You can't turn your back on the drain. So now instead of washing your hair and cleaning, you're just focused on the drain.
Well, I mean, surely if the snake was in there and there's water coming through, it would be just it wouldn't want to go up because the water would be bothering it.
But there's water snakes. They swim. What if you
Mm.
get a water snake up there and it's like, oh yeah, it's a day at the water park. I love this part. This is my favorite.
I don't know.
No, no.
My mum grew up with an outdoor toilet, like in Australia.
Did you live in the
And then
bush?
she did, yeah. So I feel like they also had an indoor toilet, but I feel like the outdoor toilets, so they're very common in Australia. I feel like the snakes would actually get up into those in the summertime, like crawl in through the,
Yeah,
you
because
know,
it's cooler.
yeah, because it's cooler. So that's probably where a lot of those stories come from as well. But I do know that they could get up through the drains. Hmm. Australia gets very hot in the summer. That whole country heats
Yeah, you're
up.
really selling it. Just you are like a walking travel ad for Australia.
I'm just fascinated by these things. And it's funny that you have the same fear that I had as a child.
Right,
Like,
but those irrational fears where I'm like, this must have been from a different lifetime because
nope.
I've
You
never
probably saw
experienced
something.
that
You probably
in
heard
America
something or
living in a
saw something.
suburb.
Probably heard something or saw something as a kid. But yeah, I remember those stories. And my dad, he used to be a mechanic and he would travel around to all the farms around the area to service their machinery.
Hmm.
So he's probably the one that told us half these stories, like that I heard growing up.
See, I don't know where my story came from. It was not real life experience of anyone I know. So I'm like where did I hear this? Where did I develop that fear from?
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy though, isn't it? That thought. Like, yeah. So every time I went to the bathroom, I'd always check.
Yeah. I still check and I don't for 34 years I've been checking. I'm like, I don't this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. It's like those irrational fears that people have, like a deadly fear of something, but they have no reason to in this lifetime.
Yeah,
I'm like, it must have come from a past lifetime. In a past lifetime, I swear I was like starving. Like an
yeah,
actual like starving child
yeah.
because I hoard food. I
Mm,
will hoard food.
mm-hmm.
Like if the grocery store shut down, I have at all times we could easily last 2 months on the
Wow.
food that and I like we cook some and then I will go buy a whole new thing of food. Like it's insane. my
Mm-hmm.
just automatic hoarding of food.
Mm-hmm.
That it must come from a past lifetime because I didn't grow up that
Yeah,
way. Like we always
I'm
had
sure.
snacks.
Yeah, I'm sure it
So,
does.
but yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm just like, this is the way I am. I
Could
hoard
also
food.
be ancestral energy too, like our
Could be.
ancestors that had harder lives than what we
Yeah.
did. We inherit some of that too.
Well, my ancestors are hungry. And it's funny because I think that way too.
Mm,
Like I think that way. It will be like 10:30 and I'm like, okay, what am I eating? And I'm like, if I'm running errands, like I'm always planning. I can never go without a meal.
mm-hmm,
I'm always planning like, okay, like, am I gonna eat here? Am I gonna pack something in my purse? Am I gonna have something while I'm out? Like I cannot ever be caught off guard and like not know what I'm gonna eat.
mm,
It's like it's just a primal instinct in me is like we have to plan for food. We have to know like
mm,
exactly where we're gonna get our next meal. And
mm-hmm,
sometimes like I'll be out running errands and I'll be done at like 10:30 and I'm like I need to pick up something for lunch like and I'm frantic about it. And I'm like stop. Like nothing is even open for lunch yet. You're being ridiculous. You're going home. Like, you're fine. No one is starving to death today, I promise.
mm.
But it's like
You've got food at home.
it's so ingrained in me, like food
Mm,
insecurity.
mm-hmm,
And I had my dad was a cook at a restaurant or and a waiter. Like
yeah,
it doesn't math up in this lifetime. It's so weird.
yeah,
So yeah, my
yeah.
ancestors are very hungry. They're very worried about eating. That is like all my brain power goes to eating and planning my next meal.
Oh, you're so funny.
It's so weird. And I'll be eating and thinking about what my next meal is going to be. Where am I going to get it? When am I going to eat? Like all of this stuff. And I'm like, literally, you have food right here in front of you.
Are you going to do some nervous system regulation work around that?
I mean, yeah, now that I say that out loud and I realize how bad this problem is, how ingrained this problem is, I will
Yeah.
definitely be doing some healing around it.
Mm-hmm. Let's have a look at it.
Yeah, because I feel like if I any time I have like a nervous energy or something, I will just eat. It's like a comfort for
Mm,
me. And I don't binge
mm,
eat, but I just want a snack. And I'll
mm-hmm,
be walking to the pantry and I'll open the pantry and be like, I'm not even hungry, but I will still choose a snack and like
mm-hmm,
sit down and eat it.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I get
I would be way skinnier if
it.
I would be a size two.
You look amazing. You
Thank
shouldn't
you. I feel
even
amazing.
you shouldn't even think like that. But
Oh my gosh. I'd save a lot of money. I'd save a lot of money.
I think there is a lot of trauma around food for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And people don't realize where it comes from,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Like it's interesting when you look at your lineage and to think back that a couple of hundred years ago that people were starving.
Yeah.
And um, even later than that, and how families coped with it or didn't cope with it, and
Yeah.
the effects that it has on us in this lifetime.
Hmm.
Mm, the scarcity and the that feeling of not knowing where the next meal is going to come from and when you're going to get it.
Yeah.
It creates fear in us and causes us to have unusual behavior that just seems natural.
Hmm.
We don't realize where it come from, but when you
Yeah.
stop and think about it, you're like, well, that's not really normal.
Yeah. Something is off here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why do I do this?
Yeah.
um and I like to journal when I need to uncover information about myself
Hmm.
that's stuck.
Yeah.
I find that helps to bring it to light. Sometimes that's all I need to do too, and just say, ask my guidance to take it. I don't need it anymore. Take it from me.
Yeah.
um Release any ties to the past, present, and future, and be done with it. So it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be a whole thing. It
Yeah.
can be a simple process.
That's smart.
Mm,
Yeah. I don't know why
yeah.
I haven't thought about healing that because I heal everything else, but I also didn't realize. I didn't realize what all it entailed until I
No,
said it
you
out loud.
don't. You don't until you stop and think about it,
Yeah,
hey? Yeah.
you say it. Okay, well, we will see you guys in the next one.
Thanks for joining
Thank you
us.
for joining us, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.